pressing exercises for boxing.
If you're a boxer or combat athlete that struggles with pressing exercises, whether it's doing a heavy bench press and you're feeling it in your shoulders, your wrists, your elbows, this video is perfect for you, as we're going to be looking at some safe and effective exercises that you can develop that pressing action. The reason why boxers struggle with horizontal pressing, such as bench press or dumbbell chest press, is because they're quite anterior dominant in terms of the shoulder, because they throw thousands of punches. They're quite internally rotated in terms of the shoulder. So this means that the bottom range of a pressing exercise, the shoulder can end up turning in like this, putting a lot of pressure on the AC joint. Also, wrist stability is a key factor that a combat athlete might suffer with. So when we're doing heavy pressing, this can end up being quite problematic. The reason why it's so important is because we're having to deal with them high impact forces during punching. So we're a little bit of a problem here. We need it to help improve our performance, but also not being able to do it as effectively because it's causing these aches and pains. So at Boxing Science, we use some safe and effective exercises and some regressions of the bench press, such as press up with bands, dumbbell floor press, and some dumbbell chest press variations. In this video, I'm going to coach you through some of these exercises that we implement with world-class athletes down here at the Boxing Science Performance Center. And this video is taken from our online workshop, the Ultimate Coaching for Combat Sports Workshops, where we've delivered to over 600 coaches all over the world. Now you've got the opportunity to access this with a click of the button and to access this anywhere and at any time. And we're currently running a discount on this from $450 to $199. Now it's only £99. So if you're wanting to become the ultimate coach, find out more about strength and conditioning and sports science for boxing and combat sports, go and check out the link in the description for more details, where you can access over 20 video workshops to take your coaching to the next level. Now let's get on with this video on pressing for boxing. Before going to the press up, I like you to think about kind of the press ups that you've probably done in the past, or you've seen athletes do in the past, whether they're going quite wide and with their elbows flared. What's the most powerful position that you can get into through your upper body? So imagine like your car's broken down and you're needing to push behind. Think about where your hand position will be. So are you going to be behind that car with your elbows flared? Probably not. You're probably going to get your elbows tucked in to create some stability, to get your body weight behind, to really push through. Okay, so now we're going to go into the press up. So we're going to get into that power position, feet just wider than hip width apart. We're going to act like there's a knife coming up from the floor. So we're tensing up the stomach, squeezing the glutes, and then we're firing up. Going all the way down, pause, then up. Deep breath in. Sharp exhale at the top. So like I said, about being in that start position, you're wanting to act like this is a little knife coming up from the floor. And with this, what this does is just create that little bit of core tension. A lot of athletes that I see in the gym will press with their upper body first and leave their lower body, lower back behind, and they'll press up like this, rather than pressing up in all in one action. So we're going to get the band in a figure of 8. We're going to pop it around the back and then just have the bands just sitting either side of the elbows there. Then we're going to come down into the press up action. Probably start from a standing position. Lower yourself down, pause, and then drive up. It's really important with this, like I mentioned before, is that core tension. You've got the bands now, making it more top heavy. You're likely for people to press up and leave the hips behind. What we want to make sure is that your body is all working as one and all moving as one. The next exercise is a floor press. The floor press is a fantastic exercise to start introducing athletes to pressing with the weight. We're going into a floor position, heels in towards the bum, core nice and tight, belly button tucked in, lower back against the floor. Got the elbows tucked in, dumbbells in a neutral position, parallel with each other. So that deep breath in, And then we're firing up into that pressing action and turning the hands at the top. We pull the weights back in, all the way back to the start position. And then we're firing all the way through the action. The reason why we use the floor press is because we're starting in a really strong position. We want to reduce this internal rotation of the humeral head during heavy pressing. When we're building the foundations and we're wanting to start increasing them strength levels and increasing that weight load, what we're wanting to do is start from that dead start, be in that strong position, shoulder blades back and down, and learn to be in that position and to be strong in that position, and then drive it through. The next exercise that we're going to use is a dumbbell alternate chest press. Now, the reason why we go alternate is, one, we're wanting to work on them unilateral imbalances that we mentioned in the introduction, but also we're looking to increase that time under tension through the pecs and the upper limb. And we want to do this during reduced load. We start with our arms extended, with the weights perpendicular to each other. Take a deep breath in, we turn, pull into neutral, and then we fire up. Each time, elbows tucked in, we're pulling as deep as we can go without letting that shoulder go, internal rotation, the humeral head. This is getting our core fired up to create stability as well. It's also a fantastic exercise to create some stability around that posterior shoulder joint. And this is the dumbbell chest press during a hip bridge. We're going to be using the hip bridge to use the posterior chain, using the glutes, using the core to support the pressing action. This is going to, again, distribute the load a little bit similar to the press-ups to make pressing that little bit more difficult whilst reducing the amount of loading actually going through this shoulder joint here. Get the dumbbells onto your knees first, go into the hip bridge, and you want in the top of your back onto the bench or onto the plyo box. We're getting the hips all the way up, belly button tucked in. We pop our head back onto the bench or onto the plyo box. We press up, going all the way down, and then we're pressing up. So this is making that pressing exercise difficult under reduced loads. So again, the pressing action remains the same, where we're getting that elbows tucked in, we're getting into that deeper range of motion, and then we're firing up through the sticking point, and we're twisting at the top of the action. Deep breath in, pull it down, and then we're driving up. So like I mentioned before, this footage is taken from the Ultimate Coaching for Combat Sports workshops. We're currently running a deal on this from $450 down to £99, so saving over £350. We get access to over 20 different video workshops, from theory presentations to practical demonstrations. Go and check out the link in the description for more details. And if you're not a subscriber to our Boxing Science YouTube channel yet, hit the subscribe button so don't miss out on any future content, and also support the growth of the channel so we can keep bringing you bigger and better content going forward. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video of Boxing Science.